The Supreme Court today agreed to hear a case with wide-reaching implications, birthright citizenship. Lower courts had paused a Trump administration policy immediately as unconstitutional. For more, I want to bring in ABC's legal contributor, James Sample. Thank you so much for joining us, James. I knew you'd be back. You'd be back to talk about this. You know, some had felt that the court would not take this up. Is this an indication that the justices could be seriously thinking about overturning 125 years of legal precedent?
Stephanie, it is a really good question, and the answer is we just don't know. But this is a remarkable moment when you consider that today, when the Supreme Court decided to consider this question, it effectively placed on the docket one of the Constitution's most settled commitments. This has, as you note, been the law for 157 years since the 14th Amendment was adopted in 1868, and it has been, as you note, a matter of settled Supreme Court precedent going all the way back to 1898, the principle known as jus soli, the birthright citizenship, based on the birth within the United States, on the soil of the United States, has been a settled matter and an important part of the American constitutional fabric. Whether the Supreme Court is seriously considering reconsidering that precedent is anyone's guess at this point.
And what are the implications beyond just birthright citizenship?
Well, if you declare an entire group of individuals who are born here and who have grown up here in many instances to not be United States citizens, you're essentially creating hereditary caste systems in which certain individuals will be essentially have no place that they can call home. They were born here as children, they've grown up here as children, and even if the ruling is only prospective, which it really would have to be, you're going to have a whole range of logistical and frankly equal rights questions. You know, when someone is born in a hospital, do you really want the hospital to be focused first and initially on testing the citizenship of the parents in that instance? This is potentially Pandora's box in terms of civil rights in the most severe of ways.
It would be a very complex process. All right, James, thank you so much for your time and your insights. I'm sure we will have you back very soon to discuss more about this. Thank you so much.